Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's time to get spicy with the first ever episode of Burning Questions with Viterbi. We're your hosts, Stephen Douglas.
And I'm Louis Galini.
And today we have our first ever guest, Paul Ledesma.
Hello. So Paul is the Director of Undergraduate Admission. He's also the co-host of the Viterbi Voices podcast. So thank you so much for being here.
We'll see.
I was thinking, we don't know, but...
You're welcome. How long I last, I don't know.
So today we're basically just going to be asking Paul normal admissions questions, some burning questions you guys might have as you apply or go into the transfer portal.
We're ripping off hot ones.
Well, they're nuggets. They're nuggets.
Yeah. We changed one
So
aspect.
they're nuggets, and yeah, they're nuggets. Either way, the spice will still be there for sure. So how are we feeling? You feeling like you're ready?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm not,
so
but let's do it.
We're gonna start.
We're starting from that way? What is this
Yeah.
one?
This
start
one
this
is
way.
this one is a sriracha hot sauce. So we're starting nice and what?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going full.
I was just just Band-Aid, pull it off.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm okay.
Okay, so
Let's go. I don't know how long it's gonna last.
So, there are a lot of great engineering schools out there, so what makes Viterbi stand apart?
I think there are a lot of great engineering schools out there, and I think you're right that in the way you framed the question, that there is not a lot of ways to distinguish them because they're all good, and we have great people that come out of this place as compared to other great engineering schools that are out there that people might be applying to.
Right.
But I think a couple things that make us unique are the fact that we have a very broad set of programs. We have probably anything you would want to study in engineering. We have a flexible program where students don't have to be locked into a program. If they start taking a major, they realize that it's not for them, they can switch to another one and they don't have to apply to another program. The fact that we have classes taught by faculty, that's a little one, faculty, and never being taught by a TA, and the fact that it's all done at a scale that's a lot smaller because we're only going to be bringing in about 410 students on each incoming class. So it's a really, really small environment with a lot of breadth and opportunity. And we're a great engineering school as part of a larger university. So it's a great engineering school. It's not solely technical. It's the fact that students can take other courses outside of engineering. And there's football, and we're in the middle of LA. I don't know of another engineering school that has all of these things in one spot. So is that a good?
That was perfect
great,
answer.
yeah.
So far we're rolling.
So far we're rolling. I feel a little sweat, I'm not gonna lie,
This isn't
but
too bad. So
What's next?
This next sauce we have is the ass-kicking Cajun sauce.
Cajun?
Cajun.
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 Definitely Cajun.
Cajun.
Okay,
Alright,
so
let's dive in.
I'm going to say that now.
Cajun.
Cajun.
Cheers.
that was a different spice.
I don't think I'm getting anything.
I think that one's bad.
It's not hot. All right, let's go.
Should we put more sauces?
No, let's just go.
Should we
Let's
just
go?
Are you
Let's
sure?
just go.
Okay. So our next question is there anything different about applying to Viterbi versus applying to USC as a whole?
That's a great question. No, applying to USC, it doesn't matter what your major you're applying to, you're still filling out the same application. So it's a common application because we're a common app school, and then you list USC as the school you're applying to. As a result of that, you get the USC supplemental questions. And that you need to indicate an interest in engineering. You're already going to milk, dude?
Let me live.
Oh my God! They don't even know that you drank before we
I was
started.
contemplating.
You drank milk
I was
before you started.
I'm
This
preparing
is
myself
so
for that.
weak.
They don't even know about our emergency bread stash that we we've already. We're
Yeah, you're pulling levers that we don't even need to pull yet.
I'm just preparing myself.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, you were saying?
You're the host. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fun
trying
for
to
all of
You're
us.
redder than the sauces right now.
Yeah.
So Common App School, and then they need to list engineering as their first choice major. So any one of our engineering disciplines can be listed as the first choice major. So that can be aerospace engineering, that can be something specific like one of our specializations, like chemical engineering with an emphasis in nanotechnology, or we also have an option called undeclared engineering. But engineering must be listed as a first choice major on the application. And there's nothing extra that they need to do. There's no extra tests. There's no engineering application. Just get their application in on time.
So even if they listed as like their second choice major, would you
No,
say that?
no, we need to be listed as a first choice major.
And what about like the difference between transfer students, first year students? Is there anything different that transfer students need?
Thank you. No, it's the same process for transfer students. The preparation for transfer students is a little bit different. They should check out our website, viterbiadmission.usc.edu/transfer. Maybe we'll put a graphic up that does that. So they can see what we need to see from transfer students to be prepared, but it's the same process. The deadlines are a little bit different. So a first year application deadline is December 1st for merit scholarship consideration, or January 15th for the final deadline. And then the transfer application deadline is February 1st.
Awesome.
Okay.
We're moving on?
Yeah.
What's next?
This is now the original hot sauce.
This is the ass kicking hot sauce.
Yeah, this
when
is
we say
the
ass kicking, we mean
It
the
should-
donkey.
Yeah, and also like it should be worth noting that just because it's original doesn't mean you get it in that red hot bottle. This is like ass kicking original, so it's like got seeds in it.
All right, I'm taking that one. What?
Hey.
I'll just do it.
One of them has seeds all over it. All right, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. What is that? I don't need to lather these babies up.
Go. Let's go. We're doing fine.
Okay, so if I have good test scores, good GPA, good stats and everything, is that a guarantee I get in, or is there something more important to my application?
That's a great question. No, there's no guarantee that anyone would get in. It's an increasingly competitive process every single year, and more GPA test scores don't tell us anything because the majority of our applicants have the same range or even the exact same test scores. What we want to see is that students are doing well in their courses. So are they taking the hardest courses available to them in their high school, maybe the level of rigor? Are they engaging in that level of rigor appropriately? Are they successful in that level of rigor? Now that's the low bar. Are they doing well to be prepared for our curriculum? But I would make an estimate that somewhere around 70-75% of our applicants are doing all those things. Hardest classes, getting great grades, great test scores. So that doesn't mean any difference really on whether someone gets admitted or not. Because when we're getting down to an admit rate that, the university last year was like 10% overall, that has nothing to do with who gets admitted. It's a highly subjective process that involves how they fill out the application, who they are as a person, what they've done in their communities, and what we're looking for. And ultimately, when we're deciding on who we're going to admit, it's about the context of the pool and trying to pick individuals to be here with each other. And we're not necessarily evaluating lone individuals in their one application and making the decision. It's comparing against the applicant pool.
Okay.
Thank you.
We still going?
Yeah, we're gonna just up the game a little.
Wait a minute, we haven't even tried this one yet.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah, no,
matter.
we gotta do it.
Oh, way-oh.
Wait, can
Yeah, dibs on not that one.
What is this one?
This is a roasted garlic sauce. Ass kicking roasted
I love how
garlic.
they really tried to be quiet in this one. Fine, I'm going in.
Okay, so like this one should be nice and fresh. Cheers.
cheers.
I'm not down on. All right, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, I feel it on my tongue. I just feel it all on my tongue. That one I feel a little bit.
They thought I was gonna have trouble.
Well, we're not there yet, but I am starting to sweat.
So, do you have advice? Do you have any tips for students filling out the application?
Yeah, I think that often students are trying to fill out this application based on that last question that we just talked about. Like, what's the best way to win? What's the way to get that? You're already on milk too?
I just preparing.
Wee.
That's it.
So, the idea is that there is no way to strategize this process. There is no way to, now we're getting dangerous for the next one. There's no way to strategize this process. There's no way to increase your chances. But what I always ask for students to do is to remove that thought of strategy from their whole head. Because when they do, they start to reduce their authenticity of the answers. They start to think of questions as, oh, I wonder what they're looking for in this question, or I wonder what the right answer is. And we're not looking for anything particular. There are no right answers. What we are trying to do is get to know each applicant one by one and flesh out who they are as much as we can, because we can only go off of what's in that application. So it's all about authenticity, or for lack of a better term, remove strategy, be real, tell us who you are, and don't use this opportunity to boast. Give us every detail about who you are and what you do so we can understand it, right? So if you play baseball, don't just write baseball. Write down, how many hours per week you're doing, what level, what achievements have you had, or what was your level of commitment, because I need to know the depth to understand commitment and hours and who you are as a person.
So this is Beyond Hot Habanero Hot Sauce from Hell. The world's hottest hot sauce. No warning labels yet.
No warning labels yet.
Okay.
I'm not getting that one.
Okay, this is mine?
I guess so.
All right, now I'll just share
Do
the camera.
you cheers this time?
Cheers. Just show that up. All right, let's go.
So, do you have any advice for students who are going right now throughout the application process as a whole?
Good. Do I have any advice for students that are going through this application process as a whole? Yeah. Essentially, look at the schools in the most genuine way possible. Not from a sense of, what's the best school or what's the best engineering program, because they're all good. But different students will fit at different places in different ways. And so visiting schools is a great idea. Understanding what's going on with, can you feel it? Can you feel it?
It's on my tongue.
You're like a dog. You're like sticking your tongue out to cool it down.
I'll just lap some milk real
Seriously,
quick.
you two. Keep in mind, your idea to do this.
But yeah, why are you not reacting? How are you? Like that one was like decently hot.
That wasn't bad, but that was kind of spicy.
I'm still fine.
What if? Oh, are you? What if we?
No, we're gonna go over this one.
Rubbing,
That one's
yeah.
gonna be dangerous. All right. So visit schools, see where you fit, see what sounds cool. More specifically, it's not about fit necessarily, because I think that's a hard thing for the students hear that all the time. But much more about when they're visiting a school or they're talking to somebody. Do they see themselves hanging out with that person? Do they see themselves becoming friends with that person? More specifically, do they see themselves becoming the best version of themselves, like this student might be doing? And does it line up with what they want to do? And there are different personalities to schools, as there are different personalities to people, and that's where we want to find what we call fit. When people find fit, they have a higher likelihood of being successful. So that's what ends up being the best engineering school for them. There's no such thing as a quantitative best. And sometimes people look at rankings and say, oh, this is the best, and we're one of the top ranked schools. Great, but we're not necessarily for everyone, as is MIT's not good for everybody, Caltech's not good for everybody, Berkeley, Stanford, everybody, you have to find these mixes that where they fit appropriately. I forgot your question now.
So, yeah, that was a great answer.
I'm more distracted by the looks on your guys' faces.
It's more about being like a human as well as a student,
Yeah.
not just that student fine. Okay, perfect. All right.
Are you going double on this one?
I'll pour it.
I think, yeah. Well, yeah.
What is this one has this giant warning on it?
Yeah, so it says warning. Can we cue some dramatic music at this point? Danger. Also, it's got a guy breathing fire on there. I don't know. You can see that he's breathing fire.
No, we'll see.
Extremely hot. Use sparingly. Avoid contact with eyes and other sensitive areas. That includes my mouth. It is made with 1 million Scoville capsicum extract. When buying this, I asked what the most dangerous thing you could consume is, and will it bring you to the hospital? And she said extract.
So,
It's called spontaneous combustion.
if you're going to put more on that, then it has to just go down.
Yeah, just a little down.
Yeah, that's a little bad.
Just a little down. Just gonna do a little.
Does it burn? Does it burn?
No, it doesn't burn. Which is like it doesn't.
Okay.
Get the whip. It's very confusing.
I'll just go through it. I don't want the, you're shaking. Okay.
Is that enough?
That's good.
You think so? Splish.
Splish. I'll have that one, I guess.
I'll take it, because you guys don't see me handle it. They're just ready to fall.
No, I think you got that one.
You got that one?
You definitely got that
Is
one.
that 3?
Yeah, we gotta have some.
Alright,
You gotta. We gotta see.
since I've been talking trash, I'll do it.
I also, another key thing to make this more exciting, I'd say you put it tongue down, like put the sauce on your tongue.
I'll eat it the way I want to eat it, man.
I'll just tongue down.
Cheers.
Seriously, good luck. Okay, go.
Oh, there it is.
I was waiting. Oh, that's there. Did you do it? Okay, so what's the application deadline? I heard there's 2.
I really thought I would be the one struggling, and you guys are having so much trouble. Are you okay, bud?
My upper lip is sweating.
I'm hot because it's hot in here, but like, is it hot?
Is it hot here? Be
That's
honest.
exercise.
So,
I guess we're presenting less symptoms than we're actually feeling.
I should have worn shorts.
You're red, dude. You are red. Like I'm not. I don't feel like I'm that red.
I feel like a tomato right now.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
So what's the application deadline? I heard there's 2, right?
So the application deadline, so if you're a first year student, apply by December 1st in order to be considered for merit scholarship. I can't look at you. Apply by December 1st in order to be considered for merit scholarships. There's no separate scholarship deadline. You just get the application in, the common application with the USC supplement by December 1st. And there's a January 15th deadline, which is the final deadline. And I would never recommend, just get it in by December 1st. There's no reason not to. But if by happenstance you happen to miss that, then get it in by January 15th. And then if you're a transfer student, there's no reason to worry about the application right now. Just work on your classes through the semester. In January, you can start working on the application, and then you'll be able to submit that by February 1st. And so that's specifically for transfer students. And a quick note, the definition of a first-year student and a transfer student First year student means you have yet to graduate from high school, and so that means that you can apply as a first year student. If you have completed high school, have the equivalency of high school, and have already attended college after high school, then you are a transfer student regardless of situation.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think those are all our questions.
That
right?
was-
Those are your burning questions?
Those are our burning questions.
Do you want it to get more burning? Because we do have the
I don't know
supply.
if you guys can handle it. That would work.
Oh, are you challenging me right now?
You want to do the other one?
Yeah.
Let's do some
one
more.
more.
Alright, okay, let's do another one.
You going all the way to the big one?
Yeah.
Oh, we are?
Supposedly, I
Wasn't
think
that the big one?
No.
This is
That was
also-
the first of the big four.
Okay.
This is the biggest of the big four.
We're doing the biggest,
Let's
so-
do the biggest. Go for it. Just open it.
Habanero. No introduction. Okay, we're just gonna go.
Oh,
for
it's
it.
over 1 million Scoville, right?
Oh yeah. This one has the real warning label. This guy's actually on fire, not just his breath, but his entire body. I forgot.
No theatrics.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's just oozing. Okay.
Pick it up before it drops off.
What do you want?
I'll take this one. Yeah.
Weak.
Yeah.
You're so weak, Loic.
It seems like you can take it though.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's say I'm a high school student. I'm taking calculus. I'm taking physics. I know I want to be an engineer. I don't know what discipline I want to be.
Good
Do you have
question.
any recommendations?
Good question. No, and because that's such a personal thing. So we have a bunch of things on our website, viterbiadmission.usc.edu, where we describe all of the academic disciplines.
Excuse my heavy breathing.
I didn't think it was gonna be this funny. All the disciplines are described there. You guys, this is your idea.
Oh.
No regrets.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
This is double
Okay, all the
ideas.
disciplines are there, viterbiadmission.usc.edu. And I think that so many students come out of high school not knowing what they want to do, and that's completely fine. No one really does. And especially engineers struggle with that because they realize that, you know, I'm always good at everything, or I'm always good at math, I'm always good at science, so I always have answers to things, and so I should know the answer to this question. And that's hard, you just don't. Because a lot is going to be discovered here as you go through our program. I'm salivating a lot. It's hard to talk to this. So this idea of discovering what you want to do, we recognize that. We consider that our opportunity and our obligation to be able to show what engineering is all about. So read through our materials, see our videos that are not this video, but see other videos about our disciplines, learn more about it, meet more of you guys through Viterbi Voices, go through our podcast, listen to whatever we're talking about, and whatever sounds coolest. Let's go ahead and put that down on the application, and then we can make sure that we'll get you started in that program, and that first semester really starts to flesh it out. If someone follows their gut, if someone goes after things that have positive feedback loops, that continue to sound cool and attractive to them, then they're gonna be successful. And so follow the things that sound cool to them. Like for you in particular, that was not planes, right?
Yeah.
For you, it was planes. Right?
Sure.
So you followed planes, you had done aerospace engineering, but like what got you so pumped?
Product design, personally.
Just products, like
Yeah.
things sounded
yeah.
cool. And so
Cool
things, and then respective to things, they can go a lot of directions. You can go electrical engineering if you're interested in the circuitry side of things, the mechanical engineering side of things, the programming element side of things, because almost every device is going to have those three elements in there somewhere. So what attracts you the most out of all of those? And for you, it's mechanical, right? So great.
Awesome.
Wow. I mean, thank you
Thank
for your
you.
time today, Paul.
You're
It
welcome.
was fun. Yeah, maybe we didn't handle it as well as you did. You still have a full cup of milk.
I haven't touched it. I'm not touching
You
it.
haven't touched anything at all. No water either.
All right. Well, that does it for us.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, and keep it spicy.